online, on your mobile and smart speaker. This is the Utter Radio News and Sport.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to Utter Radio News and Sport Roundup. James Sudworth back in the building. Aiden, good evening to you.
Good evening.
Final show of the year.
Yeah.
Final show of the year, and we've got a few things which we're going to be rounding up today. We've got, of course, news sport coming up. We're going to be going over some of the biggest stories from this year as well, 2025. We're going to be talking about the highlights, the lowlights, and everything in between. So, to begin with, shall we kick off with a situation which is developing in Leicester? The NHS is, not just Leicester, but around the country, there's been warnings that the National Health Service could be swamped this year by a super flu, a type of influenza A, which is called subclass K. The scientific name is H3N2. If that means anything to you at all, Aiden?
No, not quite.
Do you have a background or anyone in your family, friends in the medical profession at all?
No.
So I do have a friend who is a big Villa fan like myself, who is a medical doctor. He works in accident and emergency in the West Midlands. And what he might be seeing is a lack of beds, essentially.
What went on there?
I have no idea.
I think I might be in trouble. Feels like one of them moments in school. I think my mic was... Yeah, I knew my mic was too...
Online, on your mobile and smart speaker. This is the Utter Radio News and Sport.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Utter Radio News and Sport Roundup. James Sudworth back with me, Aiden. We're going to be going over some of the biggest news from the week. We're going to be talking about some of the biggest news as well from 2025. We're going to be rounding up some of the highlights, the lowlights, and everything in between in the world of news, sport, politics, health, etc. We're also going to be... Later on in the show, we're going to be talking a bit of I'm a Celebrity. We're going to be talking, obviously, the massive F1 news. We're going to be talking about football as well. But shall we begin with something which is making headlines at the moment, circulating? You could say it's gone viral. It's flu season.
That's a good one.
The NHS, this is according to The Guardian actually, the NHS is preparing for worst case scenario. It's bracing as the illness has increased by 55% in a week. There's a new strain of superflu which is going around, which is subclade K, H3N2, and some are calling it a superflu. And there's been a rise of 55% from the previous week. An average of 2,660 patients in a day, and it's hit Leicester's Royal Infirmary most acutely. I know this is a story which we've heard many times before, isn't it? Every year the flu comes round, and it seems to be the same story. Why do you think we're so unprepared in this country for the common flu?
I don't know. I think it's almost just accepted now as a thing that happens, isn't it? Like, we know it's coming. It's around this time of year, and there's no real way that we found to stop it.
2022-3 season, because the flu season sort of begins in, I don't know when it begins actually, about November time, October, and then it gets worse and worse and worse until about January, spring, when it starts to get better. And January is usually around New Year's Day. That's usually the peak of the of where it gets to be the most acute. In 2022-3, we saw 6,000 cases of beds which were occupied by flu patients. That was just in England alone. That's been by far the worst over the last couple of years. However, worryingly, and I'm going to show you this graph here so you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'll point it towards the camera as well so that viewers online can see. But as you can see here, Ireland, that's 2020, that's the peak there,
Yeah.
the current record. we have started off in 2025-26 season far worse, as you can see, than that season. I'm just going to hold it up there for the camera. Hopefully the boys on the visuals can see that. I mean, that's pretty worrying, isn't it?
Definitely. I think the numbers are staggering already. Only just got into December. It's festive time now, and it's when you look at that graph, it shows it's.
Do you know if it gets bad enough? Do you think we might get a return of the classics, a bit of a rerun, I should say? What I'm talking about, do you remember the Rule of Six?
Oh.
Do you remember? Come on.
2 metre distance.
2 metre distance, yeah.
Oh.
Do you remember a word which, to be honest, it makes my blood run cold and my hair stand on end when I think about it? It begins with a D. No, it doesn't begin with a D. It begins with an S, sorry. I'm thinking the wrong way around. SD, the big social distancing. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you think we might see a return if these figures stay the same that they are?
Well, it depends how bad they get. I mean, that's worrying to even have as a prospect at this time. We thought we'd just been done with all of that. And
I think it's important to point out, though, obviously, that it's very different to COVID. That was an unknown quantity. The medical professionals and the authorities didn't know what we were dealing with there. It was just something which developed in China and then circulated around the world and took everyone off guard by... This is completely different. This is flu. We know flu. We know how bad flu gets. The trouble is flu. We don't actually know how bad flu gets. That's the paradox in the situation. Because basically... you'll know this from your GCSE science. Hopefully the viewers will as well. It keeps mutating every year, obviously.
Yeah.
So all it would take is one of the coding there, one of the numbers, just to get a little too overpowered, a little too much doo-choo in there. And next thing we know, it's just knocking boys dead. That's I think that's the worry in this situation.
Do you not think though we always get this every year? There's always some sort of new thing that people are worrying about, and it never comes into fruition.
It's the same story. What you're saying doesn't come to fruition. We do get some quite serious cases, and
not to the extent that maybe you're talking about with social distancing.
No. But the thing is, that's in people's heads now, though, isn't it? Yeah. That's in people's minds. Before COVID, no one knew what we had the Spanish flu, I suppose, but no one really had that idea in the mind. We're not going to go into lockdown or anything like that. No. Clip me on that. Clip me. We are not going to go into lockdown this year or next year. James Sudworth 2025. I'll look like a right mug if we actually do.
Wait, we'll be doing this over a Zoom call next year.
We'll have the dodgy camera trying to sort out. Hey, this is going off topic badly. Did you see some of the cases from COVID where there were actually people, really bad accounts of people had big mishaps on Zoom?
Yeah.
So, court trials. Someone, I can't say the word, but someone had their name on Zoom was something 3000 on it, and they appeared before the judge like that. The judge told them to get out of the court.
Yeah, it's just a recipe for disaster, that one.
We had a man who was called Jeffrey Tubin, who was a journalist. I think he still is a journalist for CNN, and he was having on a work Zoom meeting with his colleagues from CNN, and it became known as the cooming with Tubin affair. Yeah. That's
an embarrassing one in the workplace.
Less than ideal.
No.
They got him on to apologise and talk about it on air as well. I don't know why he agreed to do that. But anyway, the point, let's get back to where it is. The problem with this flu season, though, is there's a 5-day resident strike between December the 17th to the 22nd to discuss pay and conditions. And the Prime Minister has actually called that irresponsible amid the crisis. And we also have the regular hospitals are declaring major incidents, A&E and ambulances at record levels. I mean, they've been at record levels ever since the NHS was founded, I think. Since God was a boy, the NHS has been pushed to maximum capacity. But really, it does feel this year that a 5-day strike, when you have this impending emergency on the horizon, a lot of elderly people are going to be needing hospital care. That does seem very callous to me.
Yeah, well, I think, like you said, the NHS has always been understaffed, overcrowded, especially due to the nature of it being free and people just going there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not come at a fantastic time, shall we say?
I know Halloween was a few months ago, but before we move on from this topic, there is one more fact which I'm going to leave. This is coming from Spooky Season. You ready?
Go on.
You and listeners won't like this. Schools have closed as a result of it. I've just realised now. In Budehaven Community School in Cornwall, 270 pupils, 32 staff were affected. St Martin's School in Wales, 250 plus cases. Schools in Northern Ireland and Wales have seen similar outbreaks. Are you ready?
Go on.
With some reducing assemblies or singing to curb transmission.
What has the world come to? This is not...
This is not what the Lord died for.
No, that's one way to put it.
Yeah, no. It's hopefully the situation gets sorted, and we don't have to go back to any of the humming. What was it? Was it the alphabet or Happy Birthday that Boris was humming as he was washing his hands?
It was Happy Birthday, wasn't it?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Hopefully we don't have to go back.
No,
imagine,
don't go back to that
Imagine
time.
Starmer singing Happy Birthday or Alphabet or something related to that.
No, that must have been the most difficult job of anyone in that time. And I mean, well, let's not get into the politics of his and COVID. But
no, let's not. That was a bad nightmare which we're never going to go back to from 2020.
I agree.
Look, you've been watching I'm a Celeb, haven't you?
Yeah.
And our Salford lad emerged from one jungle. He's back into the jungle of Manchester now, or Salford. And, well, what did you make of his performance out there?
Just be careful when you say about Salford and Manchester.
I apologise. I do know the, yes, yeah, yeah.
The Salfordians will not like you for
I
that.
am aware of the Manchester and Salford boundaries. I even know where the boundaries are, actually.
Yeah.
I know better. It's on the river, isn't it, basically? Pretty much.
I mean, I lived there all my life and I don't fully know.
Yeah, so you know where the river is? It Irville?
Irwell,
that's it. You know where the River Irwell kind of like loops around? That is officially the border.
Oh, right. So it's just the other side of the river, essentially.
Yeah. So okay. We are like closest to. If there was a war, we'd be on the front line, essentially.
Okay.
If there was a civil war between Manchester and there is every other season, isn't there? City and United.
Yeah, and that brings us on to a great point that Manchester United is not actually in Manchester. But speaking of Manchester United,
it's not.
Speaking of Manchester United, Angry Ginge.
Angry Ginge. Tell me how assess his performance out there.
Well, I mean, he's done brilliantly. It's one thing. He's brought it home for maybe a new generation of people. I think just his character. Do you know what you know from the YouTube videos?
I have had enough. Enough.
Give me my chips. That's what he's got so many iconic moments, and
in another life he'd be a maths teacher.
Yeah, and I know he.
No, he would. He should have been a maths teacher if he wasn't a streamer.
What, the one angry maths teacher?
Aren't they all angry?
Oh well, yeah.
There's a reason why, because maths is a rubbish subject. We all know. Did you like maths? You good at maths?
I was okay at it, yeah.
No, I wasn't. That's why I ended up just using words and talking instead. But no, was it a good season of I'm a Celebrity this year?
Yeah, I think so. There was some good characters. Tom was one of the fan favourites. Obviously, that's one criticism you'd say is that Ginge wasn't tested to the extent of previous years, because going in there, he knew H, who was in there. He already knew them, so they almost had an alliance going in. They stuck together. But I mean, you can't take it away from him. He's got done a lot of trials, and he's got his way through and won the final. And I think it's his character. I know how open he is and just genuine. He's a genuine.
He wears
person.
his heart on his sleeve, doesn't he?
Yeah, definitely. He's genuine. He's one of us, from Manchester, from Salford, the Northwest. Do
you want to read the amazing tweet that Charlie's just put on our screen here?
Yeah. So this is from an Angry Ginger's old account, Morgan Birtwistle, which I believe is his full name, from 2013, saying, "Watching I'm a Celeb," spelt wrong, "get me out of here." And then he replied to this tweet on the 10th of December, yesterday, saying, "Well, guess what, mate? You've only gone and won it." That's brilliant. Absolutely class from Ginge there.
Yeah, that's a cold moment.
Wow.
That's.
I don't know.
I do like that. I don't watch. I've big take. I've never watched I'm a Celeb.
Oh,
can you believe it? Charlie's shocked. Producer Charlie is going to text us something here, but no, I've never watched it. I've never watched it. I've seen clips. The only bits I've really seen is when I used to go to the gym back home in Stafford, and they used to have it on the screen.
That is scandalous.
No, but I mean, I know the format and bits and bobs like that, so I do know. That's honking.
Producer Charlie's fuming.
Yeah, Charlie doesn't approve of that. But what was the toughest sort of challenge that he got through, would you say?
Oof.
Obviously I know they eat something really disgusting every year. What
Yeah.
really disgusting, like absolute gag vomit bile?
Well, here we've got it coming up now.
Shall we do a quick reaction video?
Yeah, just honestly watch this.
Let's have a look.
If it's the one I think it is.
Listeners online, I will do my best to describe what's going on, so that because we do have to. This is a radio show as well.
Yeah. So set the scene. We've got Ginge and Ruby Wax from I'm a Celebrity eating.
Holy.
Yeah. Well, not eating. Shall I say suffering through a trial here.
And what is that? It's a hoof. So, for listeners, what's happening is Ruby Wax and Angry Ginger are sitting at a table together across from each other, a long dining table in red chairs. They're about to tuck into a giant hoof of an animal. Angry Ginger, he tried to down it in one. He rejected it at first. Now he's chewing it. He's getting it. And do you know what? I think he's enjoying it. No, I do. I saw his face then.
We should have played towards the end if you think he was enjoying it.
Just that little clip that I saw, it looked like he was enjoying it. What animal foot do you think that was?
Oh, what was it now?
Huge.
It could have been. Honestly, it could have been anything. It was just.
It was huge. The biggest. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask Gronk actually.
But I mean, I think it was just. It was honestly. I mean, he deserved to win it. He did do the trials because the public, and he's a famous influencer.
Influencer, yeah.
Yeah, or social media presence. And he did win the voting by quite a lot in the end. He won by 65% of the vote. Obviously, Tom got 35%, which was
that was
big chunk.
Yeah. Do you not think though he had an advantage coming into it? The game was a bit rigged in his favour.
Well, I mean, he was the bookies' favourite coming into it.
Let's be honest though, if you're a streamer and if you have a big following online, the difference between Angry Ginge, right, and the actors and actresses who go on there, and even the TV presenters, right, the difference is people choose every week or every day, if he does daily streams on Twitch, to go and watch his streams, right? People choose to subscribe to him. You didn't really choose to, when you turn on your TV and there's an actor on there. I'm just putting players devil advocate here. Yeah, you are. With legacy media, old-fashioned media, you got what you're given, and if you liked the person on there, that's a bonus. If you didn't like them, whatever. But with celebrities these days, influencers these days, you actually choose to seek them out, don't you?
Yeah.
So he would have had a big fandom, probably much bigger, in and of himself than some of the other ones.
Well, I mean, when you look at that, when you say that, when you look at other YouTubers and social media people who've tried to go into the mainstream media, it's not quite worked out with like other examples like Joe Sugg. I know did it a few years back on Strictly, and a few others like that. But
another one, KSI is terrible on TV. Brilliant YouTuber. Look, there's a good YouTuber. Good YouTuber. Nella Rose as well. Thank you for bringing that up. I don't think that these people actually managed. Why do you think that is? Why do you think they? Do you think it's because when they're in an environment where there's TV executives around them and it's scripted and they have to go by rules and they're told to stand on the X here and do this and they're told to look into the camera there or the director's telling them, but they obviously have that freedom to do what they want on their own channels. Do you think that's why they?
I think in terms of that, like Nella Rose was eliminated. She was the second person eliminated when she went on I'm a Celebrity.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just think it's down to the character and the personality of the person then, rather than the actual how they adapt. Is down to their like Ginger's literally like he's impossible to hate. Like I'm a City fan, he's a United fan. I think he's just genuine, honest.
He is a funny lad.
He's a good lad, yeah.
But what do you know what's crazy though on the I'm a Celeb from 2023? I never thought there'd be a world where Nella Rose and Nigel Farage would be occupying the same screen.
Yeah, our potential future Prime Minister.
Do you know what that means? That means that nothing is impossible in this life. No. Nothing is impossible.
Well, you've just seen that tweet from Angry Ginge.
No, anyone watching this, if you're seriously, students, anyone who's listening, look. You've had a tough year. You've had a tough academic year. You've maybe failed some assignments. Nothing is impossible. Angry Ginge in 2013 was watching I'm a Celeb and won it. Nella Rose and Nigel Farage fell out on I'm a Celeb in 2023. What a cast of characters that is! What a crossover. And what's this? We're getting a message from producer Charlie here, who says my speech has motivated him to make an appearance on 2026. Well, if I'm nothing else, I'm now a motivational speaker. But speaking of things that's never impossible, we have to talk in the next section. Oh, yeah, bloody hell! In the next section, we're going to be talking about dreams coming true.
Yeah.
For Lando Norris.
Yeah.
Online, on your mobile, and smart speaker. This is the Utter Radio News and Sports.
So, did you watch the race?
Yes, I did.
As we all did. Yeah. What did you see? What did you take away from it?
Well, I mean, there's the obvious thing. Lando is finally a world champion. He's pipped Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
He's finishing third in the race by just 2 points in the end, I think it was.
2 points. 2 points separated them, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I did a little feature for this for Utter News. It was incredibly tight. What I found was interesting was I actually, because he has quite a young face on the Lando Norris, I thought he was younger than he actually was.
Why, how old do you think he was?
I thought he was more 24, 20,
Well, how old is he actually?
26.
That's a great question.
He's 26 years old.
Is he 26?
Yeah. And he's been around for a lot longer than because he only seemed to, for me, blew up on the scene about 2021.
That's what I mean. He's been in F1 for a while.
Yeah.
Now.
But I mean, I think his first race was the 2020 Austrian Grand Prix, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find the information for that. But no, if we actually look at where the championship standed, it was 421 points for Verstappen. Verstappen, who won the race on Sunday, and that was only 2 points behind Lando Norris, who on the day actually finished third. Very lucky not to get a penalty actually by the stewards. Did you see him taking over Yuki Tsunoda?
Yeah,
completely four wheels off the track. 4 wheels.
Wow.
4 wheels off the track. You could have got a bus between the space between him and Tsunoda there. But he was a very lucky boy. And Charlie saying he got forced off. Did he though?
Well, it was very tight.
It was very tight.
I think the FIA they didn't do nothing in the end, did they? So
was it a manoeuvre? All right, if he's going to look back on that, if he could have redone that, I know it's completely academic because it
is irrelevant now.
But is that a move before the race that he would have, if he knew that future him is going to attempt that move, would he have not tried to overtake Tsunoda later?
I don't think if you're an F1 driver, you cannot predict stuff like that. You've just got to react in the moment. And
no, I understand that, but what I'm trying to say is, hypothetically, right? If he knew that this moment is going to occur, rationally, he probably wouldn't have risked it if he knew what was going to happen in the future.
Well, I mean, to me, it's a bit of a pointless argument here because Lando, I mean, he's sat there partying away now. I mean, did you see the party last night, by the way?
No,
Not
I didn't.
Last night, the night before.
I didn't know, but was he going very hard?
Yeah, there was a big party. Yeah, it was. Looked like good celebrations.
Was it basically a post-sixth form, post A-level trip to Ibiza?
I mean, some could say that. Yeah.
A nice little trip to Magaluf. Been to Magaluf? No, never been.
No.
No.
Have you?
I haven't actually.
No,
I haven't myself. I've been to Cyprus. But anyway, that's by the by. The point is,
I have been to Abu Dhabi though. I've been to the circuit.
Have you? Yeah.
We've been to the circuit. It's a very modern track.
Yeah.
One of the better ones. Also, I just want to give a shout out to Martin Brundle. What a guy. He does everything. He's grid walk every race before the race, and it was great on Sunday. Did you see him talking to Thierry Henry on the grid?
I didn't see Thierry Henry, but I think our old friend, our future, possibly future Prime Minister, was there as well, wasn't he?
Yeah. Was he?
Yes, Nigel Farage was there.
Was he there?
He wasn't on the grid, but he was
right,
definitely
he was
definitely on the race.
Yeah, I know he got blanked by Ana de Armas, which wasn't... he got completely blanked by her, which wasn't great. I
thought you said something else then. No, so Martin Brundle, Thierry Henry was there. Who else was on the walk before? Do you remember?
Micah Richards was there. All the CBS crew was there, yeah.
All right, I actually quite like them.
Yeah.
Watching their Champions League analysis before the game. What's her name? Kate Scott. Kate Scott. That's it. Used to be Abdo. I think it's Scott now. She divorced. Kate Abdo. No, she's really good. I really like their punditry and presentation of the Champions League. But it's been a stellar year for McLaren, though, hasn't it?
Yeah, and I think, do you know what? I got asked this question the other day about the future, and obviously we've got new regulations coming in for 2026, and we'll just have to wait to see how that goes. But I think in Oscar Piastri, they've got one of the best promising upcoming drivers. He's shown what he can do this year, getting his first win in Formula One, and then continuing that momentum. He's missed out right at the end this year, but I think Max...
It's 11 points in the end.
Yeah, Max is older now. Max is... I've heard some people, which I will not name, say Max is washed, which is controversial to say the least. But
that is controversial. We're talking about the Erling Haaland here of Formula One.
Essentially, yeah.
A robotic man who is just a winning machine. You know, behind the wheel of his car, he's a... I wouldn't rule him out. I would not rule him out.
No,
not at all.
Not a shot.
Not at all.
And Lando, obviously, again. But I think Piastri is one to watch for next year for sure. I think he'll be right up there. Here's my prediction for next year.
I mean, he was right. He was up there earlier this year.
Yeah.
But what about we've talked about the drivers. What about for the team McLaren? I mean, to have a driver win the championship and then also to win, of course, the constructors as well, by a very huge margin.
Yeah, that was already wrapped up, wasn't it?
Yeah. There's an argument that Piastri wasn't selfish enough. He's a very, very good team player. Obviously, him and Lando are good team players because they won that constructors championship, which shows incredible teamwork. Do you think, though, when there were parts of the season where he was leading the pack, he could have been a little bit more selfish, looked after himself a bit more?
Well, it's down to team instructions, isn't it? As well as.
Well, we've seen drivers ignore team instructions in the past.
Yeah. I think it wasn't to be this year. I think maybe he's a year early. I think he's got some valuable experience now.
But you think he will get there?
Oh, he'll be the future of it for sure. He'll be the future of F1.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me a little bit of, and not because. Well, I was going to say it reminds me a little bit of 2007, a little bit. But I don't mean in terms of I mean in terms of the potential that we're seeing, because that was Lewis Hamilton's breakout year, wasn't it? And we had Fernando Alonso was on top of his game back then. But in terms of the team dynamics, completely different, though. Completely different. They were two drivers who were looking out only for themselves. Lewis wanted to prove himself, and quite rightly so, because he obviously turned out to have a magnificent career. But Fernando Alonso, brilliant driver. I know he's faded back into the pack now, but what a driver he was. But he is, I should say.
You can see the comparisons, definitely.
You can see comparisons there. And just for as we wrap up this section as well, just for the sport Formula One, it's 75th anniversary this year with a record 24 races across 5 continents. Attendance figures hit all-time highs, 3.9 million fans across 14 races. And global viewership was up by 23% in key markets. And also as well, we had the release of the Formula One F1 The Movie.
Which was an absolute great movie, by the way. If anybody has not watched that, go and watch it. It's incredible. One of probably my best movie of the year.
When I saw that it was coming out, I kind of rolled my eyes thinking, this is going to be a really cheesy...
But I know Apple TV put everything into it. They put so much budget into that, so I knew it couldn't really.
But when I realised they were actually doing something different and actually using actual... mixing the fiction with fact, basically. I won't spoil it, but very clever. Very cleverly done.
That's the movie of the year for me.
Yeah, very cleverly done.
Absolutely, yeah. I think F1 in general is becoming more commercialised.
Yes.
And speaking of things becoming more popular and commercialised, shall we move on to the darts?
Yes, you can move on to the darts. I don't watch darts, but producer Charlie is screaming at us to talk about darts. So what I can tell you is that 25-26 World Darts Championship gets underway. This is being filmed at 6:30. The first match is Kim can you say that? Huberts?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kim Huberts from Belgium and Arne Murk of Germany as well. Tell me, what do you think?
World Darts Championship, it's that time of the year. I think the first match might have already begun, if I'm not wrong.
It would have started about 11 minutes ago.
Yeah. And then you've got Michael Smith, obviously, playing against Lisa Ashton tonight.
Yes.
Who's making a debut in the World Darts Championship. It should be...
Yes. And the oldest, what is he? He'd be 17, 18 now. The oldest 16-year-old in the world, Luke Littler, is defending his...
he's 18 now.
Yeah, he's 18 now, yeah.
I seen him on a Man United away day the other day. He was... Well, I didn't see him personally. You won't catch me dead in a Man United away end, but he was there enjoying it. He's 18 now. He's just an normal lad, which makes his story so much better. And he kicks off in Game 3 against Darius Labanauskas tonight. I think that game should be around 9 o'clock, 9:30. So it's a great one.
Yeah, I mean, Luke Littler I feel like he was born legal. He was born with a Guinness in his hand, and a bag of crisps. It's no surprise that he's a world champion at his age. He was probably born in the pub. I wouldn't be surprised if he was born in the pub. As soon as he was born, bought his dad a beer. That's the kind of guy we're talking about.
No, he just seems like a normal guy, and then he's just absolutely unfazed by everything. You know, every shot is perfect, which you never see.
He's very talented. He's a very, very talented player. So it gets underway at 7:15. The coverage has started at 7:30. 6. That's
where I was going wrong.
That's what we meant.
6.
Yeah. So the coverage starts. So if you tune into, is it on BBC? I believe. Is it on BBC, Charlie?
It'll be on Sky.
Sky. If you're tuning in on Sky, you'll find it on there, which would have started about 30 minutes ago. The final is on 3rd of January. Luke Humphries will attempt to win back the title as his first game is against Ted Everts on Saturday evening.
Yeah, he'll be fancied as one of the favourites. Luke Humphries, I think, he's definitely got a good shot this year. The two Lukes, I think one of them they'll certainly be up there. Will be top 3.
Yeah, I remember when they went up against each other. What was it? 2 years ago? I can't remember exactly when it was. I think it was only last year.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago, I think.
About 2 years ago, yeah. 2023. No, they're two heavyweights of darts world, really, aren't they? Just going head to head. It will be interesting to see how it all comes out. Sorry, you didn't make a prediction, did you?
For which one?
For winner of the championship this year. I don't believe you made one. Would you like to put one out there?
See, now, I don't want to be boring, but Littler is just... He's just...
No, sorry. That was producer Charlie putting Little out there.
That was
what you go with?
That was mine.
Well, actually, yeah, I... Do you know what? Just to be different, I'm going to go maybe Luke Humphries.
Well, it's not a bad shout.
No, I'm just to be different. I'm going to go... I do think probably Littler. But, he may have... he may... Obviously, he has been a champion, so he's a top player. But maybe just get a little bit of luck, perhaps, and his dart will land, and his aim will be true. So, shall we move on to a sport which I can talk all day? We can all talk all day, all night, and the next day as well. Let's kick off with Liverpool and Sellers, shall we? 3-3 draw against Leeds United on Saturday evening. It was a 5:30 game.
Yeah.
Did you watch that? Did you get to see it live?
Yeah.
Yep. So if we recap, Liverpool went 2-0 up. Leeds got back into it, and then it was Szoboszlai, I think.
Yeah.
Got what should have been the winner, and I can't remember who equalised. Tanaka equalised from completely free at the back post from a corner, lobbed it in, and made it 3-3. Now the problem is Liverpool before last night's game, so they've now won. That's 4-11 now. When I actually wrote the article for Utter last night, it was 3-10. I can't remember exactly how many. That's in all competitions, so I don't know exactly how many in the league. Maybe Charlie can tell me that. But Liverpool, they're down to 10th place now, on course to almost match Chelsea as their really poor record. Do you remember their poor title defence a couple of years ago?
This, to be honest, is going to be the worst title defence, probably.
Well, we have to remember Leeds United. Leeds United put up a miserable title defence as well.
Not the worst. One of the worst.
But I think no disrespect to Leeds, because we all not Leeds. So I beg your pardon, Leicester City, because we all love Leicester's story, obviously. But their title, even though their title defence was shocking, it wasn't as shocking as Chelsea's. Let's be honest.
But Leicester didn't spend 500 million in the
This
process.
is what we're talking about. There's a different level between Leicester trying to defend their title and Liverpool trying to defend their title.
I think
Liverpool brought in Galacticos, or supposedly Galacticos, and this is kind of what it's amounted to. And now Mo Salah has said that there's no relationship between him and Arne Slot. And what else did he say? The club's thrown him under the bus.
Yeah, he's thrown him under the bus. It's not a great look. I think it'll be very difficult for him now to fix that situation.
I think for me, my personal thoughts is if Mo had left it as saying that he has no relationship with Slot, that's very bad. But that is a temporary thing, okay? If there's a chance that he could have outlived Slot. But to say that the club have thrown him under the bus, the whole club, we're talking about his employee. And I don't know how much, in the heat of the moment, how much Mo actually meant by this. But by the club, you're implying the board, you're implying director of football, possibly even his own supporters and his teammates as well.
Well, I don't.
When
think,
he says the club, you can't just say the club.
I don't think you can. It's not about the word. It's, well, I mean, literally, it's the people that pay him, and he's getting 300 grand a week, maybe more.
Yeah.
And it's quite just, it was sort of it was a silly thing to do. Don't get me wrong.
It's a ridiculous thing to do.
But have you noticed with Salah as well? He only speaks to the media when he needs something.
Yeah.
Like last year, he did it with his contract situation, him and his agent in the mix zone. He's back in the mix zone again on Saturday night. Do you think it was pre-planned?
I definitely think that there was an element of, right, I've been on the bench for, was it 3 games that he'd been on the bench for up until...
Yeah.
That was the 3rd game at Leeds, wasn't it? Right, I've been on the bench for 3. If this man does not put me back in the team... And I don't know if he actually went to see Arna in his office and said this to him. I can't imagine. I don't know. Do you think he would have maybe warned Arna?
No. Well, he said they don't have. By the from the sounds of it, when he said that they have no working relationship, I just don't think they're speaking at this time.
No. And for me, what that says is, right, I've snapped. I'm going to go to... So, in terms of premeditated, yeah, for sure. For sure, I think it was premeditated.
You can't just do that out of the blue. It's got to be something with his agent and his, the people around him, his family, because it's not gonna affect everyone in his life.
But I mean, if this leads to his departure from Liverpool, what a terrible way to go.
I mean, it's so sad. Like they say, like treat your legends well.
Yeah.
Give him a good send off, and I mean, obviously, he's not helped himself in this situation.
Yeah.
But I mean, what he's done for that club. I mean, he's scored 250 goals in 420
20 appearances,
all competitions, that is. I mean, he's absolutely he's been he's the modern Dalglish for Liverpool.
I was just thinking that. Well, you think of legends for Liverpool. You think of Kenny Dalglish, and I'm trying to think of Liverpool legends off the top of my head now. Stevie Highway, different player like
Jamie Carragher, yeah.
Charlie with the Jamie Carragher. But Steven Gerrard. How can we forget Steven Gerrard? You think of Liverpool legends and how they departed, and they're still beloved by Liverpool. Will Liverpool fans, if this does lead to his leaving...
Michael Owen.
I don't think anyone likes Michael Owen.
No, I don't think anyone at either side of the M60 likes him.
I've never heard anyone say anything nice about Michael Owen. It's quite sad, really. He always said, do you know what's funny? He always talked because I remember Villa fans were giving Jack Grealish a bit of stick a couple of years ago when he last Christmas when Manchester City visited Villa. And we were giving him a boo, and it worked. He put him off his game. We won 2-1 on the day, so fair play.
Cheers for reminding me.
He put on... Yes. You haven't got a good record at Villa Park in recent years, have you? It's
awful.
It's not been good. But anyway, he was like, this is terrible. Jack Grealish, he dragged your club back to the Premier League single-handedly, basically, all by himself. It was Jack Grealish against the Championship. And how can you Villa fans be booing him and what have you? You can't be doing that. But the response from Liverpool fans was, ignore him, it's just projection. Because no one likes him, so now he feels because he has to defend everyone. But hey, shall we move on very quickly? Was there anything else you want to say about the Salah situation before we move on from it?
No, it's just a sad situation for all parties, and let's leave it at that. We'll see how it develops.
One more yes or no question: Salah to Saudi in January? Yes, no.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say yes.
Yes, makes sense. He's coming out. He's out of contract, isn't he? This summer. Yeah, he is out of contract. This is the last time that he would actually be able to...
I think he'll be gone in January so they can get a bit of money, to be honest.
Yeah. Shall we start to wrap up and talk about some whistle-stop tour of 2025? And I'm going to have to get my little notes up for this because, quite frankly, I can't remember anything past September, really. So... let's see, UK news from 2025. I suppose we can start off talking about football news. Liverpool won do you want to quickly talk about Liverpool winning the Premier League? This year? Yeah, their second title.
Yeah, I think it was it was huge. I think Liverpool, they've not won the title since COVID, and in this long run of dominance, not dominance, but they've had a successful period the last years, and the Premier League's always eluded them, and they finally got over the line this year. I want to touch on Crystal Palace winning the FA Cup. It was a special moment.
Absolutely, even though it was against your team as well.
Yeah, it was. But you can see, I was there that day, and you can see what it meant to them. Like, they've never ever won a trophy
in their history, and they win that,
and they win the FA Cup was so just unbelievable.
Eze played out with his skin as well.
Yeah,
that day as well, and of course we had the. I remember this. We had the Euros.
The Women's Euros in the summer.
Yes. We had the Women's Euros in the summer, the UEFA European Women's Championships.
The Lionesses.
Do you want to talk us through that very quickly?
I think the Lionesses were, they done it again. That was one of the standouts of the summer for sure. I think.
Their second title.
In a row.
Overcoming Spain.
Yeah.
And if we talk about the BBC Sports Personality of the Year, two members of that squad have actually been named in the Personality of the Year. We had Chloe Kelly and Hannah Hampton as well. We've also got Ellie Kilden, who is a rugby union player. We've got Luke Little, of course, darts, Rory McIlroy, golf, and Lando Norris as well, have all been nominated as the Sports Personality of the Year. So I'll just run through that again. Hannah Hampton, Chloe Kelly, footballers, Ellie Kilden, rugby union, Luke Little, Rory McIlroy, and Lando Norris. It's going to be broadcast live from our very own backyard here at Media City. Not here, unfortunately, but I'm sure next year Sharpie can arrange that. BBC Sports Personality will be on BBC One from 7, and iPlayer as well. Broadcast from 7 to 3 on Thursday the 18th of December. So that was pretty much that for the sport. Talk about some news briefly, some headlines from this year. Obviously, we're going to go back kind of in order. So we had the budget, which will, some new taxes include mansion tax on high value properties, freezing tax threshold, axing the 2-child benefit cap, which will estimated to bring hundreds of thousands of children out of poverty, I should say. Although it was criticised by figures on the right wing. This would, I don't know if you remember this from earlier in the year, the immigration white paper reforms. The government, do you remember the Prime Minister's Island of Nations speech at all? He came out and announced tougher regulations on migration, He warned that we might become an island of strangers. That was quite heavily criticised. It was quite, some people saying it was very Enoch Powell-like. And he wanted to talk about restoring control, including a 10-year baseline for settlement, 8,000 application cap on high potential individual visas from November the 4th, and new visitor visa requirements for Botswana nationals. Obviously, it's had a bit of an impact as well, because net migration has actually dropped very sharply from 204,000 in the year to June, and there have been 51,249 illegal channel crossings. I think that's the biggest problem. Actually, it's not. Legal immigration is one thing, but it's also, I guess, the boats that a lot of people are worried about.
You can't deny that was a big story, but let's go abroad a second, and probably the biggest story of the year. Donald Trump's inauguration, as he took his second term as United States President.
Voted in last year.
Yeah, it was January the 20th. The 20th of January.
January 20th of January, he was voted in for a second office, so the Republican will now be, in power to 2029? 28, yes. And he will serve out his terms. He's already had a flurry of executive orders, and under pressure from Congress, he has released many redacted emails and messages regarding Jeffrey Epstein, which we've been talking about quite extensively on the show as well for the last few weeks. So we'll have to see. I mean, there's news about him and Venezuela kind of going for.
That'll be next year's news.
Yeah, so that's something to watch. Make sure you tune into the Utter Radio News and Sports Roundup, so that we can, because that's the only place to hear about obviously the big news that's taking place around the world. So I mean that's I think that's pretty much wraps it up really. Is there anything you'd like to say before we close out? Anything that's been on your radar?
Just it's our last show of the year. Merry Christmas to all our viewers at home. I just want to ask you one final question. What is it? Give me one prediction for 2026.
One prediction for 2026. Villa are going to win the Europa League.
Oh, Manchester City treble again. Might be biased, but
I mean, yeah. That's
what we're here
That's
for.
the best. What more prediction can you have? But I do know for a fact we will have plenty more war, misery and taxes going into 2026. So make sure you put that in your diary. But thank you very much for watching, for listening. James Sudworth, Iden, thank you so much for coming on. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll see you very soon. Good night.
Online, on your mobile and smart speaker.